Hello everybody and welcome to patch 9.4, day 1 quick video just to give you some heads up on some stuff that's going on. So first and foremost, the Ochkov and the Bagaton are in game. They're available to purchase for doubloons or in the premium shop. You can buy them either just the ship on their own, the ship with a Admiral bundle, or the full big bundle with everything that's available. Really, not much else to say about that. They're available. I've done a video on the Ochkov, so check it out. Link will be in the end at the end of the video somewhere. So would really appreciate that. In terms of any other changes, we've got the new Soviet cruiser event. This is broken down into 4 directives. You've got to complete 5 missions underneath it. I've had a look, and they don't look too difficult. You can earn 9 Soviet containers from this. Soviet containers are going to give you a new economic value that is in the armory. So in the armory, as you can see, we can earn Soviet containers. Now, Wargaming very kindly provided all the community contributors with 15 of these to open for you. I did open them on a previous recording, however, that a computer said no to that recording, I'm afraid, so I'm very sorry. I lost the opening of all those. But as you can see, I got 135 of the tokens. You need circa 2,400 or so in order to unlock all of the pre-release ships. So that's the tier 5, the tier 8 and the tier 9, and the permanent camos that are associated with them. These are sequential bundles, so you have to get each one sequentially in order to be able to unlock them all. It seems a bit strange getting the permanent camo for the Tallinn before you can actually get the Tallinn, and obviously giving us a permanent camo for the Petropavlovsk before we can actually get the Petropavlovsk, which is about 9.6 I think. But you know, it's a nice little route to grind through. We have got these random bundles again. The word random is quite loosely appropriated to these. They cost 500 doubloons, and it will tell you what the next one is, so you can decide, you know, whether you want to carry on buying them or not. What 500 doubloons is about £1.40 or so. There's 100 available, so it's 140 quid's worth in total if you're going to buy them all. That's a lot of money, but if you're willing to spend it to get yourselves early access, then that's up to yourselves. These are TcFreer ships though, guys. You are going to be able to get them very soon anyway. The only advantage is going to be some of the I think it's probably going to be maybe the camos and things like that, but eventually I'm guessing we'll see those available as well. Containers, we've got the Rapid and Resolute containers back in the game, so you can complete that collection, and if you haven't already got them, you'll be able to get Luigi Sansonetti then. Not much else in that way. As you can see, in the Research Bureau, we've now got the legendary mods available. 19,200 research points sounds like a lot, but when it doubles every 3 months as it does, you can do a single line reset and just get one of these without even having to worry about it. So the Grozovoi, the Kaba, the Grosika first, the Yamato, the Des Moines, the Moskva, and then obviously you can see the ones that I've already got down here as well. I got those already. I didn't have to get them. There's been some quality of life changes as well in the game, not just to make it a little bit more smoother and a little bit more interesting. A lot of you will probably be asking, where are the submarines? Why can't I get them? Don't forget, guys, this doesn't go live until May the 27th, so we've still got at least another 13 days or so before the submarine game mode is activated. And, you know, as you can see, it's a totally separate game mode. It's not going to get in the way of your random gameplay. What else is there to go through on this? Not much else, really. That's pretty much everything I can think of. There's a news article, obviously, with the details of the new patch, with the update for the Soviet cruisers, and other such items as well. you can see, obviously, there's a video available. It does tell you about, so the Black Sea port is on the voice port. The submarine battle is here, and as we can see, it does say May the 27th to Wednesday the 24th of June. They are totally separate. You can play the Dallas, the Bedonia, the Leander, and the Perth to try the counter submarine gameplay and things like that. Enhanced consumables, you no longer have to buy premium consumables. They are now free in the game. When you first log in on today, on the patch day, you'll have received a quantity of credits back for those that you've purchased. I think I got about 17-18 million or so. Yours will differ depending on how many you've got. New season of ranked is due to start next week. Tier 7, we can earn up to 4,700 doubloon steel, which for those of you grinding out the Burgon or the Stalingrad or the Summers, that's a really big hint there. Graphical changes to the icons. Tech tree, we can now, as we can see here, if we go into the tech tree, you can now go and click on a ship that you don't have unlocked. So if I go to Japan and I go to Zhao, this box here now pops up, so we can click research and buy. I'll go to the modules. When you go to the modules now, you'll notice that you can actually see what modules this ship mounts and the variations as well. So what you can put, and obviously the legendary module slot as well, which one it is available and how that affects the ship. This is a nice feature. Helps out quite a bit when you're deciding what you're going to need to spec a ship. So just quality of life changes pretty much. So there we go. A very quick, very brief look at 9.4 for you. Nothing massively to worry about. Just, business as usual. New directives to grind for. The armory with the new bits on, should you wish to go for it. Just to say that also that with the daily shipments and the directives, you should be able to get more than enough of the Soviet tokens in order to unlock most of the stuff that's available. Obviously, the directives, as we know, they're going to be sequentially opened: 5 days, 12 days, and 19 days. Well, as we said, we get 6 for completing this, plus an additional 1, an additional 2 somewhere. There we go, and 3. So you can get in total 9 Soviet containers from the first one, 8 for completing this one, plus again I think it's an additional 3 in this one as well. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, okay, you can get a lot more additional ones in this one. But you can get anywhere between, I think it's 3 and 300 Soviet tokens. Now it is in the mission, it is in the article, so let's have a quick look at that, which is here. So the Soviet tokens, now how many can you get in a box? You can get 5, which is the lowest denomination and therefore the most common, right up to 300. When I pulled my 15 boxes, I got 2 25s, 1 15, 1 10, and the rest, so 10 of them then, were all 5. I didn't get 300 tokens at all in any of my Soviet containers. So once you've obtained all available containers from daily shipments for completing directives, you're guaranteed to have enough tokens to obtain the Tier 5 McCoyven. Well, you would struggle not to have enough to complete that, because she's only 500 tokens. So, if you didn't have, she's 300 tokens. So if you didn't get 3, so I mean, you'd have to get the lowest roll on every single one. If you are very lucky with the RNG god and get 300, you've got enough to get the first one straight away. And then, of course, you've got the money pit at the top where you're going to earn extra credits. So you get Soviet tokens, combat sigils, and things like that. So this will tell you what each one is, and there is one there that gives you 700 tokens in one, and there are 4 with 150 stacks in there. So There is the opportunity to get quite a few Soviet tokens here, but again, it's a paywall, I'm afraid. There's no other easy way of putting it. It's 500 doubloons. It's your own choice whether you do that. You don't have to, because again, these are TcFreer ships. They are not premiums. They are pre-release ships, so they are TcFreer ships. You will be able to get them in the upcoming patches when these go free for release. Okay. Other than that, guys, not much to tell you about the patch. Business as usual. A few quality of life changes, a few tweaks to the game engine to make it a little bit more playable. Changes to a couple of maps. Obviously, they've made a change, as they said, to the Black Sea port. That's now been renamed to Norodevsky. A very nice looking port, but for me, I love my Fjords port, so I've been pining for the Fjords. Anyway, guys, enjoy your first few games in the World of Warships 9.4. Welcome to the new patch. Have a great time. I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.